And, you're always adjusting and getting used to the short week schedule when you're at home, the short week schedule when you're on the road. We talked all week about a fast start. I thought they handled the mental part of it relative to it's just easy to complain on a short week, and then pretty soon no one really cares. So I thought our preparation for those 2 days was good. I didn't want to go through all the stats with them, but first half leads, I've said this, I think I said it to you guys, fare better for those teams. And then, I think for me, I know I wasn't going to tell them that, my teams are we were 5-0 with a lead and 0-5 when we didn't have one. That's the last thing I wanted to mention to them. But I thought we ran the ball well, of course. Defensively, man, we had pressure. They're nicked up. And I told DA get healthy because they have a good football team, and there are a lot of their players right now weren't able to play. So, but overall, pleased with how we played.
Even though they're nicked up, there's no feeling sorry for teams in the NFL.
No, listen, it's just the business we're in, and you just play. You have injuries. It's really the truth. No one else outside the building, cares. They just, at the end of the day, they want to see the end result, and I understand it.
The broadcast showed you receiving the game ball. What did that mean to you?
Meant a lot. I think, fortunately, and I say this respectfully, I mean, it was just 2 days of prep, and we're here, and so not a lot of sleep, and so it kind of, I think, it keeps your mind off of it because there's so many things you have to get done. And my big concern was just not having enough rest. And so I slept today for a while and then came over here early just to kind of get started going through the game plan again. But it meant a lot. Because there were a lot of moments here, and you get a chance to see old players that are here, and then to be with this team and this ownership group. It's the reason you miss it. The 1 year out, and you miss relationships, and you miss making memories. It's like I told him a couple weeks ago, Surtan's interception, right in front of our bench. There'll be a day when I don't remember his name, and, I'm having applesauce out of a straw, but I'll remember that play. And so that part of it, being around young people and having a chance to be part of their journey and coach them is a pretty good job, and I'm thankful for it. So, it was kind of emotional.
So how different was it just walking in this building, driving up and all?
Well, this building's changed over the years. One time, I think I was an assistant with the Cowboys. We played here. The locker room used to be you used to walk across the field. I'd never really been in the visitors' locker room here, and it's all been, again, renovated. Every time they have a Super Bowl here, there's modifications. So it was definitely. I'm glad I was here early, like 6 hours before the game early, and just had plenty of time to grab some coffee and. But yeah, I think what happened here, and I'm going all the way back in 2005, before any of us had arrived. A lot changed with that city, and I think more than any one of us. Any player, any coach that was a part of the 06 and on, it was bigger than football. There were schools, hospitals not open. There were a lot of things that were up in the air, and so you appreciate those people that came when they didn't necessarily have to. And I think that was a unique time and a unique. None of us were prepared for that. We were all anxious and excited about our new job opportunities, but none of us understood what it would mean and how big it would become. So I think that part of it coming back here is different and kind of special.
Was it even more emotional that Drew was here on a night they're honoring?
Yeah, I was at, look, he long before, when the game came out, is the night that he wanted to come in. They have a Hall of Fame, and then they have, a ring of honor. So that he was being put in their Hall of Fame, and so it was good to see him. I mean, we had a chance, Streep, a few of us, like really quick, went over to the Hilton and just thanked him. We were all kind of underdressed in our travel sweats. This is a city that dresses up a lot, and but it's always good to see him. I feel like we've seen each other quite a bit. He's been to our practices, and so. But anytime you see that whole group, even pregame, yapping a little bit at us, that was fun.
Do you ever think that, with it being 8 years in between visits and you're in the AFC, that this could be the last time you ever coach in this place?
I don't think it's the last time I'm ever going to coach in this place. Yeah. This is the last team I hadn't beaten.
You talked about getting off to a fast start. How important was it getting off to a fast start, running the ball, and how good was Javonte Williams tonight?
Man, he had to have been good. I didn't see all the numbers, but we actually were going to come out throwing early, mixing in the run, the read option, some of the RPOs. Man, Bo did a real good job. We got a penalty called on one that I've just never – it was an impossible penalty. He threw the ball to Bailey in 0.5 seconds, and they called someone downfield. It can't happen. I mean, it's just an impossibility. But anyway, I thought all of that clicked. We blocked them, and you get a sense right away how you're matching up. And then really from the late second quarter, third quarter on, it was pressure. And so we got a lot more zone tonight from this team. I think probably to keep more eyes on Bo relative to his ability to scramble when teams are playing man. But he did a good job with his feet. Javonte, had some real good runs. All of them, those guys blocked them. When you have a night like that rushing, the time of possession, the script was flipped a little from last week. And so fortunately for our defense, they got some rest.
Coach, you said
Go ahead.
all of it was clicking on offense. You scored 6 straight possessions in the middle.
Yeah, we kicked too many field goals, though, but go ahead.
Is this the ideal offense? When you picture the offense?
There's no – we're building. We're figuring it out. But I would say this respectfully to the question. You just have to work on how to win that game. In other words, you don't take and say this is how we're going to play regardless. And so, based on who we were playing tonight, that's what we felt like we needed to do to win that game. That might change a week from now. But, man, certainly the reps our young quarterbacks getting, the young receivers are getting. We're young as a team, and so that's invaluable.
I was going to ask sort of some similar line, how during the season, how much can you continue to refine sort of what it is that...
Yeah, a lot. And like what we're good at, and then how we approach it, how we present it. That's what you think about a lot as a coach. Like, all right, are we doing the things, not just that suit our players defensively, offensively, or in the kicking game. And so it's a work in progress, and it was a good step tonight.
It was also a bit of a homecoming for VJ. He's from New Orleans.
Man, there was a number of people. So VJ's from here. I'm not. There were a number of people that are from here. Bidet showed me a picture. His family relocated after Katrina from here to Maryland, and he showed me a picture of his dad. He was 12 years old. With the Saints jersey on at training camp, and that's when you feel older, and so there's a number of players that are from this region, and a number of people that have been here, and it's a good win for all those guys.
I was starting to ask about the defense.
Yeah, with the injuries they had at receiver, there's certain people that you have to really focus on. Kamara being one, Juwan Johnson. Obviously, the quarterback's got a little bit of moxie. He was someone we liked a lot coming out and spent a lot of time on him. And we knew it would be a boot naked, you know. But I thought we handled the run, and then you know, we were able to get enough pressure. We got off the field a lot on third down. I'll bet I haven't seen the numbers yet, but I'll bet they were very good. 416, and I'll bet two of them probably came in the last 6 minutes. So they were really good. They were really good.
You mentioned beating 32 teams, Sean. I think only 8 coaches have done that. Does that mean you're old, you're good? What does it mean?
It means you had 2 jobs, though. Yeah, you have to have. Someone had brought that statistic up, and we were trying to guess that list. Foxy's one of them. And anyway, someone had brought it up yesterday or the day before, and I mean, you don't think about things like that. But I know you have to work at 2 different organizations to do it. So I'm glad I'm here.
That stretch right before the game, you got to go over and see the family, and I think maybe see you briefly there. That's not obviously common for a game.
No, I would normally see my wife, and some, you know, my kids will come to 3 or 4 games, and then there they were, and then there were some others that were there, close friends, you know, good friends of mine that I've known for a long time. So that, that was a little draw with the kids, and then the problem was the visiting locker room players would come out, and it was like you had to stop and wait. There were certain things we just did for families that we felt were important. So they kind of grew up here. Yeah.
Especially with how late your bye week is, do you do extra self-scout? Like, do you use this little break in that regard, or is it more just about getting healthy?
Well, we're always – it's a great question. We are always updated to what we are, who we are self-scout-wise. Like, it's constant. Like, all right, this personnel grouping, like, you know, because you don't want to get into the 80s or 90s. You know, you want to be into the 70s or lower. You know, if you're in this, you do that. And so that used to be much more difficult to do or keep track of, and it's much more easier now to have the data available, and then to try to, all right, put out heavy and throw it, put out light, and, you know, it's easier to do that. For the players, I think the rest is important. I think the same for the coaches.
Coach, you said you were pleased with the way Bo played without obviously watching the film.
Yeah.
What's that?
Man, I had made this comment to you guys earlier when we drafted him. You watch him play, you don't feel like you're in harm's way. Again, he's tough to sack. His ball location, made a lot of plays with his feet. Man, had some close, big play opportunities. But there's a confidence that as a play caller you get, and it allows you to be more aggressive. And so we wanted to tonight, come out in that kind of a mindset. These guys, when healthy, are really good at both corners and the nickel. That was one of the challenges. Those 3 players, and a lot of them got hurt. But certainly when you're playing that position, and I'm talking about quarterback, and you have the rushing numbers and the down and distance numbers, I can't recall looking down. There's 4 sections, 5 third down sections, 3rd and 1, short yardage. And then there's these, and I can't recall the 4th box tonight at all. I don't think we ran a play from our longer yardage box, and makes it easier.
Coach, as someone who has experienced both highs and lows
Sure.
in the city, what could you say to the Saints fans who are maybe growing increasingly frustrated with, say, Coach Allen or the staff? Or
Yeah, I think I'd start with the leadership and the ownership, Ms. Gale and Mickey, and obviously, certainly with Dennis, that leadership group. You guys all saw how they played early in the season before they got hit with the injury bug. They were, 2 good wins in a row. So, there's so much game. There's so many games ahead of us now. you know, they'll bounce back. All right, thank you guys.
How you guys doing? Good? Okay.
Let's talk about tonight, forced fumble earlier, and then the touchdown.
What's on my mind is I dropped that pick, like third play of the game. That's on my mind. I know when I leave here, my wife's gonna give me some crap for it. But it was just one of those nights where it just comes to you, you know, you just kind of feel it, and it's just one of those games, you know. And you know, it was a great team win on the road on a short week, and you know, I'm happy for everyone.
When you get a stupid score there, and it gets called back by a penalty, you ever imagine you're going to get another chance?
Tonight I did, just because I was saying it all game. You know, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back, and you know, it ended up happening. And you don't know when it's gonna happen. You just got to be there when the opportunity presents itself, and you know, happens quick.
You're one of 12 different players on this defense who have a sack this year. What is it like to play in a unit where like everybody's been able to get on the board so far?
Yeah, this defense is fun. I mean, it's aggressive, and you know, everyone has a chance to eat. And you know, today I feel it was kind of my day, and where you know, some of those bigger splash plays, whatever you want to call them, you know, came my way. But you know, if this game's tomorrow, you don't know who it's going to be. You know what I mean? That's kind of what the defense is, and you know, it's a lot of fun, just running around.
Cody, when you guys play with a lead, especially, how much does that open up what you're able to do with Vance's able to call?
Yeah, no, it opens a lot, and you know, really can bring up that more, you know, that aggressive style, and you know, take it up a dial, you know, and bring some heat when we want to, and you know, we can play back and play zone or match. You know, there's when you get a lead like that, there's a lot of things you can do, and it's you know, the ball's in our court, and that's when it gets really fun.
Cody, have you ever scored a touchdown going backward into the end zone?
No, I have not. I have not.
What was that moment like?
You know, I knew there was a lot of space. I just, you know, once the lineman missed me, I knew. I think there was number 87 was running after me, Moreau, but you know, I knew there was some space, so I just turned around and wanted to celebrate a little bit. First NFL touchdown, so I wanted to, you know, just kind of soak it in, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of having some fun.
Come more for Cody.
Sean, could you touch on
What?
Sean touched on how banged up they were, you know, just at a bunch of spots. But you guys were without your best player, so how much did that change what y'all?
Wait, say that again?
Without Pat, how much
Yep.
did that change the approach, I guess, today?
Yeah, it's just when a play like Pat goes down or a play like Alex goes down, you know, the whole group needs to step up, and you know, I feel like everyone did that tonight. You know, you lose some good leaders like that, and it's just, you know, everyone needs to, you know, tighten the nuts and bolts, as you will, if it's how you want to call it, and just, you know, elevate their own game and do it as a unit. And you know, I feel like tonight it was the whole team, you know, elevated their game.
Last one for Coach. How was it playing next to Quan? Obviously, he's been on the practice squad, hasn't been here very long, but then he starts. What did you just make of the way he played? I think he recovered the fumble there.
Yeah, he did. You know, it was fun playing next to him. You know, he's the older guy, and you know, he brings a lot of knowledge to the room, and you know, a lot of experience. And so, all of us in the room, you know, kind of look to him as you know, just another guy to learn ball from. You know, he's played a lot of ball. He's been around a while, and it was fun to play next to him.
All right, Cody, thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, you guys talked so much about the importance of a quick, fast start and the urgency. How did you think that played out? And was a short week maybe advantageous in that way, that, hey, let's do a few things and do them well and not get caught up in complicated things?
Yeah, maybe so. I thought we, you know, we got to turn some of those field goals into touchdowns, but it was good. We got points early, moved the ball early, got a first down, you know, on the first play, and that's important for us. And our defense played solid as always. So, you know, we played well overall. We ran the ball for, you know, a lot of yards, and that helps all the time.
What was that moment like in the locker room as you guys give Coach Payton the ball and kind of reward him by coming back here?
Yeah, you know, it was awesome. He, you know, this Saints mean a lot to him. He was there for a while, had amazing success, and it's tough to go back to a place that, you know, you called home for that long, and you know, you fought for, and now, you know, you're playing against. So it was special. It was a great moment. Happy for him. Happy for everybody that, you know, has been a part of that organization for so long. You know, there's a lot of guys that came over with him that we're just happy about, and you know, it was a good team win. Everybody contributed. You know, thought everybody was, you know, on their toes with a short week, and came out prepared and ready to roll.
Well, you mentioned the rushing yards, how, and you were a big part of that. How much did you feel kind of like the offense sort of embracing your ability to get out and move and scramble?
Yeah, well, I think it's, you just add a bonus. Obviously, you want to run the ball, running backs in special ways and, get behind the O-line. But at times things break down, and those, hidden yards I think are really important. They, get extra first downs and just there are ways that, sneak some yards in. And so that was good to see, good to use, and, got to continue to do that when it's there.
Well, you heard Cody say that he's going to spend more time thinking about that picky drop. So do you think you make good plays, or the couple throws that got away from you, does that stick with you a little more?
Yeah, I think about the ones that I could have had back. I think that's just competitive nature for guys. But you do want to give yourself some grace. At times, they're obviously, trying to keep you from doing all the good stuff. So, you live and you learn and you continue to work, and nobody's ever played a perfect game, so I think that's why we're all still here trying to figure it out, and we just continue to move forward. Obviously, the most important thing is winning the game, and when you beat a team like that with really good players and that big of a margin, it's really good. Good to see all the guys play and play well.
Both speaking of winning, you have just tied John Elway and Drew Lock for the most wins from a Broncos rookie quarterback. What does that mean, especially doing that so quickly on the 7 minutes?
It means a lot. Those, you're talking about, one of the greats to ever do it at our organization. And, it means a lot. You're in great company. Obviously, the job's, not finished. We have a lot in front of us. So definitely don't want to stop there. And, we're going to continue to get better as a team. I'm going to continue to grow and learn as a player. And, hopefully we continue to have wins like this.
When the passing game is sometimes having some rough moments, how much does it kind of help to get things on track, that you have the ability to take off and get explosive play on the ground with your reps?
I think it's really good. All explosive runs are really good. I wouldn't say the pass game was bad by any means today. We hit the big ones we needed, but we just ran the ball. So when you can run the ball, it's obviously easier that way, and it just opens up everything else. And so again, we got 3 points in a 2-minute drill. That was really good, and we're going to continue to find ways to have explosive plays and move the ball like we did today. And we just got to go back and duplicate it as the weeks go on. Thank you.